guys, big welcome to you all to our channel. We are team crushing the meta and you're here with D.boy. I'm here for you guys to explain how to download and use Cardfight area. So some of you guys have been asking me like, D.boy, you have been using area and could you help us on how to download and use it? Well, sure, why not? It's pretty easy. You need to search Cardfight area on Google and then you get to this site. And I will also put the link in the description section below so it's easy to find. When you get into this, then you could go down and then you click on downloading the full version if you don't have it on your computer. If you already have it on your computer, you could just click updates. If you have it but it was a very long time ago, then you just delete it and then you click downloading the full version. When you click on that, then you get this and you click download and then it will start downloading on your computer. Next thing that you could do while you're downloading is you need to find a WinRAR or an unzipper. If you don't have it on your computer yet, then you need to do that. Why? Because the file that you get, most of all, or it has to be a file like this. So you need to unzip it. And for doing that, you need a WinRAR or an unzipper or anything that could do that. WinZip. Hey, didn't know there was a WinZip. But yeah, I think most of you, let's say gamers, know how to use this or how to unzip a file. If you don't and you have a problem with it, then you could just contact me and I will try to help you. But it's pretty easy. You could just Google WinRAR or unzipper and then you could download some that are free. Most of the older versions are just free, so you could just download it. Well, you download these two, so the game itself and the WinRAR if you don't have it, and you put that on your computer, you can read all of whatever is written in here, like how to use the game or what to click. It's pretty easy. For me, you could also check this video, so you keep watching this video, which I will explain how to use the game as well. So let's say that you already have the file. You downloaded it and you have it, you try to open it. So you, let's say you copy it or cut it from your downloads and put it whenever, whatever you want on your computer. So let's say on your C or D or I don't know what you have, but you need then to unzip it. So you could, this is in Dutch, but that's okay. You could just unzip it in its own file. So you get this. This is the game. You don't get this if, so let's say you already have the game on your computer, you only need to update it, then you could click on the update. So right here, click on the update and then this is what you get. And then you copy or cut this and you put it in here and then you could open it. So like this. And then you get this file. And then you have to, let's say, copy or cut this and you paste it in here. And if you do that, then the computer or it will ask you, do you want to copy and replace? And then you have to say, oh, yes. And then it will replace the files that are updated. So most of the cards. Then you get a new cards. Okay, then you have the game. What do you do now? Well, there are some features that are pretty nice. You can see the decks that are already there. You can't open them, but the thing is you can open them in the game. You have your replays, but most of the time if you download the game, you don't have them. And you have these nice features. Like you can use your playmat, you can change it to another or make it your own, like I have done with this Juggernaut and C3 that I have there. And you could also choose and use sleeves that you want to play, which are a lot of sleeves, like more than 700 sleeves that you could use from. Maybe when you download the game, then you have even more, but I will make another video to talk about all of these features and whatever you can use. Okay, so let's go to the game itself. So you already have downloaded the game, you have everything you need. You don't have to go to this yet. First of all, just try to learn how to use the game, and then after that you could use this and also change the settings if you want to. But for now, let's just show you how to use the game. Okay, so you click on the game and this is what you get. Remember guys, that this is a free game. It could crash, it could make your life miserable because you don't know how to use it, but that's okay. It's just a free game, and the developers were very nice to make this for us to use. So don't be mad and don't be crazy and don't be too hasty on everybody that made or used this game. Okay, so first of all, you get this. If you want to make it smaller, you have to click on, let's say, 2 or 3 on your keyboard, and if you click on 2, then it will be a little bit smaller. If you click on 1, then it would be very strangely big. So most of the time I just click on 2. Now you get all of these keys. You have test, you have deck editor, you have deck load, you have load replays, and you have contact, or connect I mean, and you have host. You don't really use host. Most of the time you just do your deck editor, so you make your own deck and then you connect, and then you can play your games. Okay, so you could also click on test. If you click on test, then you could just test how the game work. I advise a lot of new players to do this first before you go and you play online, because if you don't know how the game works, then you have to be very lucky to get someone who have the patience to learn, or to help you learn how to use the game. So most of the time you don't get those kind of people, or you get me and then you're very lucky, but most of the time you don't get any of those, and then you will get just a jerk who just want to play the game, or maybe he's not even a jerk, but he's just somebody who wants to play the game. So what you do is you test, and then you could just try to learn how to use the game. So first of all, let's go to deck editor, because you want a deck to be able to use. So when you click on deck editor, this is what you get. Again, you can click on 2. If you do that, then the game becomes a bit smaller, like the window become a little bit smaller, and then you could see everything and click everything. So for me, you could just click on new deck, and then again, this right here, new deck, and then you can click any, let's say, clan that you want to make. You could even have Tokorambu, Clay Elementals, and everything else. This is also pretty funny that you also get these clans that like you see right here. But yeah, enough about that. If you already have clicked on this and you want to go back to the clans, you could just click on this right here. This will open the clans again. So for me, of course, let's make a Spike Brother deck. So let's make a standard deck. You could also make a premium deck, but just let's make a standard deck because it's easier, and then you don't have to get into the strides. Or we just make a premium deck and then I could show you everything, but that's okay. So the standard cards are the cards with the blue things around it. So this is the standard card, and this is the G premium card that you could use and everything. The first card that you want, if you click the left click, so the click that we normally use, left click, then that's the amount of cards that you have in your deck. When you click the right click, that's the card that you remove from your deck. You don't really see your deck yet, so you could just click. Start with your starter. I will tell you later why. So just start with your starter. So let's make a aggro build for Spike, which is just easy to make. So we start with 1 Mega Trainer, and then we choose, like, let's say 4 draw triggers. Again, this is the left click. If you want to play less draws or remove some of your draws, then you use the right click. So 4 draws, and let's go with 4 crits. Let's say 4 heals. So let's find the heals. Oh, right here. 4 V heals, and then we could play like stands or more crits. Let's go with 4 stands. Why not? So we're going rainbow: draws, heals, crits, stands. Now we go to the great ones. We like Gary Cannon, so we use 4 copies of him. We like Wonder Boy, we use 4 copies of him. Gyro Slinger is also very nice in the aggro deck, so let's say we use at least 2 copies of him. And then let's add some stride folders. So let's say 4 or 3 stride folders. You want 2, again, you just click the right click. Do not ever use exits. If you click on exit, it will exit the game. So do not ever use exit. Okay, so next we can go to the grade 2s, and again, you just build it, let's say simple. Okay, so 4 for 4. Again, you see the number right here, and we're using the left click. For the grade 3s, let's say we use 4 copies of Siegfried, 4 copies of Juggernaut. And now if we click anywhere, it does not add any cards anymore because we have 50 cards. So we could remove some Juggernauts and add some other grade 3, but there is no reason to. So we have 50 cards. And now this is your G-Zone. So for the G-Zone, we add 4 copies of Agrius, a copy of Hellard 8, a copy of let's say Dust and a Picaro, 2 of him, let's say 2 of him. Is there any other stride what you want to use? You can add Supernova if you'd like to, and you could also click back on here, go to Cray Elementals, and then also add some Cray Elementals like a Seabreeze, like a Merendal, like some G-Guardians, at least a Desmiel, and this, and we could go. You can see right here we have 15 strides, so we could add 1 more to the deck. So we could click back on Spike Brothers and scroll down, and then we could add 1 more. So let's take out 1 of him, again the right click to take him out, and add like, let's say 2 Supernovas. Then our deck is ready. So we click on Save Deck. Remember to click on this. If you don't click on this and you go back and then you exit the game, then the deck is gone, and you just give it a name. So let's say Aggro Spike. I think I already have my Aggro Spike, so let's call it Aggro Spike 2. Okay, so then you click OK, and then you go back. You go back to this. If you click deck load, then you could choose the deck that you want. Again, we made the Aggro Spike 2, and as you can see, you have here deck / Aggro Spike 2, the deck we just made. Right, that's nice. Now, we could now start connecting, so we play against somebody else. You could start with test, because then you could understand how the deck or the game work before you go to connect and play online. So click on test first, and you could again click on 2 to make it smaller, or you keep it the way it was, that's okay. You could also click on 3 or 1 to make it bigger or smaller. So this is your deck right here. This is your field. It's confusing because I have these C3 Juggernaut on here, but normally you have a field like this, I think like in black and the colors of Vanguard. This is your phases, so you have like ride, main, battle, end, you move from the game, heads on tails, so you could use it sometimes to see who goes first. The red button right here is open extra deck, and this is open your deck. This is the deck that we have made, starting up with the starter, and then look at this, pretty nice. You have like a 4 of almost everything, which is pretty cool. That's why Aggro Spike is so easy to use. And then you have also shuffle deck, so if you click on this, you shuffle. This is when you're using Tachikaze, you could just equip, you mill, so you could also click on that. If you mill, this would be your drop zone, of course. You soul charge, so you could also use that. Bind the top card, shuffle your hand, return the stride. So this is all the buttons that you could use. If you want to draw a card, then you click just the normal click, so the left click of your mouse, of course. If you want to reveal a card, so let's say drive check or damage check, you reveal a card, and that's when you click the right click. So that's why we put our starter as a first card, because that would be the first card that you draw or reveal. And then you could shuffle your deck, so you click on this, click once or twice or forever, like I like to do. And then the deck is shuffled. Then you draw, so you draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have your hand. Look at this, a great hand. So then if you want to mulligan, when you click on a card, any card, even this, close, even when you click on this, then it show you want to write soul or close. This is the cards in your hand. So you click on the card and then you could do anything with it. You could click on the damage, then it will go to the damage. You could click on the guard and then it goes to the guard. You could click on the drop zone, then it goes to the drop zone. Then you can't click anymore on it, so you have to right click. So you right click and then you open stuff. When you right click, you open stuff. So let's say you right click on your Vanguard, then it goes like sideways. But when you right click on the drop zone, it opens your drop zone, and then you can click on the card and then you get these features. You can't see them right here, but I will show you when they are in your hand. So the first one is to go to the extra deck. So let's say when a card needs to go to the extra deck. The second one is to your hand, but this one card is already in your hand. Then you have to the bottom of the deck, to the top of the deck. You see to top deck to bottom deck. So we want this card to the bottom of our deck because we want to redraw. So we put that, and we want this one as well because we don't need the PG, and we put the Bracky because we don't want to rush, and then you draw 3 new cards. So again, the normal click 1, 2, 3. Then we have our hand. Of course, no grade 3 because yeah, I'm very lucky. You shuffle your deck, and then you could start your turn. So let's say you draw, and then you ride. So let's say we ride into the gyro slinger, and then we have the skill of our starter. If you want to open up your soul or open up your deck or open up anything, you have to click on the control button on your keyboard. The control button does help you to open stuff. So stuff like the bind zone, you can't open that with the control click, but you open that with your right click. So some of the stuff open with your right click, like the drop zone and your bind zone, but let's say your deck does not open when you click the right click. Then you need to click control and then the normal click, and then you open up your deck. So let's say if sometimes you want to search something, and you could just add it to your hand, as you can see right here. Or as I like to do, I put it on the guardian circle and then I add it to my hand. And if you want to put it back to your deck, then you click just bottom or top, and then to open your deck again, you click control and then you click on your deck. So keep control in and click on your deck, and then when you click control again, it will close. So control and click, open the deck. When you click control again, it closes, and then you could shuffle. Okay, so if we click control and on our Vanguard, then it will open up our soul. If we click on the Vanguard, it does nothing. If we use the right click, then it goes sideways, let's say when you attack. But yeah, so now we are still in the right phase, and we have the skill of our Mega Trainer. As we can see right here, this is the card, of course, and the skill. This is the dialogue. So if you're talking with somebody, you could talk to them, they could answer you like good luck, have fun, enjoy the game, whatever. And then, so let's say now we are on the right phase, so we are right on the Mega Trainer, we draw a card, of course, and then we go to the main phase. We don't really want to call anything, bell phase, end phase, and then it's your opponent's turn. So you end your turn when you click on the end phase, and your opponent knows that they could start. So they could just ride on something, and then they could attack into you. Then when they attack into you, you say, let's say no guard, which is NG. That's what we use in this game, no guard. And then they attack into you. Then when you take damage, you click the right click to take the damage. And if they are on their battle phase, then the damage will go right here. If it's a trigger, it will activate. If it's not, then it will just go there. Okay, so this should be easy for you guys to understand. If you have any problems with how this works or how to make a deck or anything, then you could just contact me and I will help you guys with this. So I will do one random game for you guys, just online live, and we will see how this works. I will use standard because it's easier, and then with time you could first start with standard because you don't have strides. You don't have to click on this, so you open extra deck. So let's say you're already on grade 3, and then you have your strides right here. If you click the right click, that's when you open up your strides. Left click or right click again will close them, but it's the same as writing something from your hand. So you click on the card, and then you click on the Vanguard, and you click write, or it goes into the soul. But with the G zone, you also click on the card, like the normal click, not the right click, just normal click. And so let's say we click on dust, and then you click on your Vanguard, and then you stride. That's pretty much it. And as you can see, it does get the power from the unit underneath it. So it's 8k, so it's 33. And that's actually it. If you want to return the stride, or you stride the wrong card, you could just click return stride, and then you click on control again. As I said, control is to close stuff. You can see your dust right here, but you said, oh, oops, wrong, I used the wrong stride, and you could just click the right click and it will close it. And then you could click on the right stride, so let's say Agrius, you stride again, and that's cool. But you have to do everything yourself. If you close this and then you go to the end, then the stride will go anyway back. So that also works, but you have to do anything yourself. You have to ride yourself, you have to draw yourself if you already attacked, and then you click on the right phase, then as you can see, so you could just call it right here from your hand, and a call from their hand, call. And then if you attacked with them, all of them, and you click on end turn, then you click on the right phase, then everything will stand, and that's cool. Then you draw, and then you could just go to grade 3, which I don't have, of course. So there he is. If you ride a grade 3, you click ride, and if it's force or excel, then you get this, which is a marker. If it's protect, this stays in your hand. If it's force or excel, then you use token activates. So if you're using force, you can give it to any of your circles. So let's say you want to give it to the Vanguard, then as you can see, the power will go up. If you attack with all of your units and then you click end turn, the power will go down. If you have put something like a Brachy on the field and you want to use the skill of Brachy to give him power, you could use the space on your keyboard. So you could click on Brachy and click space, and then this will open, and then you could give him the power, like the extra 10k. If you want to minus him, then you click on the card again and you click space, and you do 0, and then it will stay the same. If you want the power in the minus, so let's say you're playing against Dimension Police or Deleters or anything, click on the card, you click on minus on your computer, and so let's say minus 5k, then as you can see here, it does go down in power. If you want to let it go back in power again, easier, then just clicking on space. Space is on your computer, just the long space key. You could just click it back like on forward, and it goes this to the normal amount of power that it normally is. Yeah, there are a lot of stuff that you could use, but if you have any questions, you can contact me or just ask your opponents. Okay guys, so I know it's a long video, but now we have done all the introductions on how to use and get your deck and make your deck and download the game. It's time to show you how let's say a game works. So first of all, you click on deck download, and this time I will take a standard spike deck. As I said, it's easier to just use standard for now, or to start with standard and then use premium, but it's really up to you to use whatever you like. But I'm going for standard, and then I use connect, and in here you let this code be, you don't change it. Click next, and then you let this code as well, you don't change it, and then you enter your nickname. So up here, normally I think it said Baka, but now you could just make your own name. Use a name that is not used. Sometimes it tells you the name's already used, so you have to make another name. And if the game crashes, so it just, let's say, crash, then it's okay. Then you can reopen it and then use another name. But yeah, Then you click on the character that you want. There are a lot of different ones. It doesn't really matter for the gameplay, but it's nice that you could use your own character. I would love to use Kyo, but Kyo is using more Murukumo right now, but still he's one of my favorites. And now you could click your name, the name that you chose right here, and then a password. But if you have, or you're opening this for the first time, you have to click on this registration, and then you can make a new name and a new password. And then you click the name and the passwords right here, and then you have your own. And again, if it closes, then it's okay. Then you reopen it and you try it again. Because when something goes wrong in this game, it just closes. So you have to just open it again and try it again. But yeah, then you register a new name and a new password, and then you click the name and the password right here, and then you open it, then it's okay. And then you click on login, and then you come to this. So this could change depending on when you're opening the game. And then on your keyboard you have like down, left, right, and that's when you could like move your character. You could move upwards, then you go into this house, then you go down, and then you also could go left or right, and then you could also come right here. You have a lot of different spaces. This is also a very nice area, but not a lot of people use it. You could just explore yourself. Again, if you have any questions, you could just ask me or ask anybody, and then you could also go right, and that's when you could see this right here, standard. So this is only for standard, and as you can see, it's more green. And bush roads, I don't know why they made it like this. And this also, you could go like everywhere. There are a lot of rooms that you could go into. You also have like a secret room here upstairs that you could go into, like right here, and then you could click on this poster, I think, yeah, and it opens, and you could also go in there. Then you come to this secret room right here. There are a lot of different stuff that you could go and do. Normally there is also like a cross or something right here that you could go into, then you become a ghost. It's just all for fun, but it really doesn't matter for the gameplay. You have these sleeves right here, so you could click on it and then you could choose your sleeves. As I said, I could show you in another video how to choose your sleeves. So let's go with this one because it's pretty nice. Or with Elsa, it's also pretty nice. You limit break enabler. And then again, you could click on to choose to show you everything. You could choose on load deck or edit deck if you want to change your deck. And then okay, let's go to standard. So now we are in the standard area, and if you want to play against somebody, then you could just click on duel request. If you want to see one of your friends play, then you could also click on the characters that are playing, and then you could watch them play. Sometimes you just move around to show people that you're active and you want to play. You could also ask right here, like, anybody want to have a duel, or anybody want to have a game, or yeah, you could click anything, fun, hi, whatever, just to show them that you're also active. So you could click on this. Hi, now we have a duel, so we entered the duel. So I'd like to say like good luck, have fun, and then it's up to them. Normally they just start. So again, you draw your first card or show it to them by left or right click, and then you put it on here. You shuffle. So she already, or he, I don't know, said heads, so you click on this and then it's tails, so you go first. So I go first. Then that's cool. Then you shuffle your deck, you draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look at this hand, it's amazing. Let's put all of these down, keep these two great ones, draw, and then shuffle the deck again. So I go first, so I draw again with the left click, and then let's say I write my Wonder Boy, and then I draw a card from my starter, and then it's nothing else to do, so end my turn. So he or she already started the turn, attack into my Vanguard. Let's say no guard right here, so they got a draw trigger, they draw, and I use the right click to take 1 damage. It's nothing, so stand and draw, and then I get to write. So click on the card in my hand, and then click on my finger, and I write. To use his skill, again, control and click on the card to Soul Blast, and then use the right click on my damage to count charge, and then you could mill or bind the top card. So let's say we bind 1, 2, and then we click the right click on here to check a grade 3, and click on the grade 3, and then click on here, and then we want to put this back, so we click on, goes to the bottom of the deck, close it, and you click space on the Juggernaut and you give him an extra 10k. Then we have 2 searchers, so let's put them out there and rush the hell out of this guy. We give this another 10k power, and now we are ready. So attack. Let's attack first into the Vanguard because we have the hit effect. He said, or she said, no guard. So again, the right click for the drive check. It's nothing. We show them that we're activating the skill. So put it into the soul. We draw 1, 2, and 1 card goes to the bottom. It goes also with Bracky to the bottom if you want to. Then we attack again. 28 to the Vanguard. He wants to guard this one. And then we attack with the Juggernaut. He will take this one, I think. Yep. And that will end the turn. So again, you could do this. Easy. Just click them and then the power will go down. Okay. So he activates the skill of his. You could click control and then click to check the soul. So it's the skill of Romario. And now he is trying to attacking into me. Okay. So he has a hit effect as well, so keep that in mind. Put one more, activate the skill yet again. You can read it right here if you want to. So Counter Blast, 1 grade 2 or less, attacking into the Vanguard. Of course he has a hit effect, so I don't want that. So guard. Then he attacks into my Bracky. I say no guard, good sir. So the Bracky dies, and then he got nothing because this can't attack. So I stand and I draw, and of course I don't draw a grade 3. So it's up to you how to show your opponent your hand. So I'm doing a G assist right here, I don't have to say it, but I could just say G assist. So G ass. And he understands. So draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a Seafried. Well, that's pretty nice. Again, activate the force marker, activate token, give it to the Vanguard, and put all the others to the bottom or the top of your deck. Shuffle, bind 2 cards or remove them from the game. This is the remove from the game. So the draw trigger, and let's say 1 Bracky. And then goes to my hand, goes to my hand, and goes to my hand, and we shuffle the deck. Then we go to the main phase, activate the skill of the Juggernaut, show it to them, goes to the soul. You could also write it right here if you want to, depends, but I normally just show it to them or put it in the guardian circle and they understand what I mean, so should be good. And then Juggernaut get an extra 10k, and then let's call another Bracky, give it an extra 10k. Right, so now we could go to the battle phase. So let's go first into his rear guard. Why? Because I like hitting the rear guard. And let's see if you want to put a crit right here to guard this one or not. It's really up to him. He wants to let it die. This is a hit effect going to the Vanguard 23. PG this one. Pretty good skill. First, again with the right click. Second. Whew, I'm very lucky this game. And now I could give him damage or I could just destroy this. I just like to be an ass and I will kill this. So no damage for him this turn. Okay, so it's his turn again. Because I clicked enter and turn, and then he rides into Vestkirk. Okay, so let's see what he will do. He has no counter blast, so you can't use his skill. During your turn drop zone, he does get extra power but no crit. Or does he get a crit? We could ask. Does he get a crit? We could also count ourselves because it said if you have 10 or more. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he has 2 crit. Okay, let's say no guard. 1, 2. So we take 1 damage. give the power to the Vanguard, and 2 damage. Again, it's the right click. Oh yeah, we forgot to put this to 0, so destroys our Braki. That's okay. So we stand and we draw. We could check how many Juggernauts we have left, but I don't want to use his skill anyway, because I could also use the skill of Siegfried to get another Juggernaut, and I have one in my hand. We could also use it and keep this Juggernaut into our hand. That could work. So let's use the skill of the Juggernaut. So the Juggernaut will go into the soul, and then we call a new Juggernaut, which I think I have one left. Yeah, there he is. Right, so new Juggernauts come to the field, we shuffle the deck, and we give him an extra 10k. Then we could call, let's say, a Spike Bouncer, activate the skill Spike Bouncer, Soul Blast, a Juggernaut from the soul, and then bind 1, 2, 3. To check the top 3, we got a Spike Bouncer, which is good. And then these will go to the bottom. We could also put the Spike Bouncer right here, it's really up to you. Then we could also use the skill of C3 to call a new Spike Bouncer, or keep the Spike Bouncer right there, keep the C3, it's really up to you. So let's say we call it right here. We don't use the skill of Gyro Slinger. So he will use like a PG to guard this one, and then he could also guard this one and then guard this one. It's really up to him, I don't mind. Alright, so let's attack into his Vanguard. He will take the first one anyway. So, and then he will try to guard this. So let's do it like this. So attack into his Vanguard. He guarded this one, and now we could also use the Spike Bouncer skill to draw a card, or just leave him there. I want to leave him there. So I attack with my C3. Protect marker this one, which I thought so. Then we see 1, draw, heal trigger. Pretty nice. Give the power right here and we heal 1. Let's heal the heal. Then second drive check, it's a critical trigger, so why not? Let's have him up to 4 damage. So you could also say crit to the Juggernaut, or you just click on him and most people understand. If people are jerks, then you have to just tell them. Oh, another thing, sometimes the space doesn't work when you are writing something. So you have to click enter first, and then you could use the space to give power. So also remember that sometimes it's not crashing. So yeah, he just want to fill up his field, which is good. So attacked into my Vanguard. We could say no guard to this and hope that he doesn't get a crit, or just guard it, because this is 33, so this is pretty much 1 to pass. Yeah, we are now, so this is 2 to pass, so 2. Draw trigger, interesting, he plays a lot of draws. Going 19 to the Vanguard, this one has a hit effect, so we want to guard this one. We could just take this. So we take this one, and now we want to guard this one. So 25, 28, that's enough. We stand and we draw. We don't have any Juggernauts left. We also don't have a Wonder Boy left, but we have 2 counterblasts to work with, so we skip it to the main phase. We call a new Spike Bouncer to activate the skill. Soul Blast, Counterblast, bind 1, 2, 3, and we get a Gyro Slinger, which is good. I'm not going too aggressive in this game, just going easy on the guy. We could use Siegfried skill because we have a lot of triggers on the bottom. So Siegfried, let's say we use it on the Commander Gary Cannon, just because we want to take more normal units out of our deck, and as you can see, a lot of triggers on the bottom. Also a lot of triggers left and some Wonder Boy, so that's good. We shuffle again the control click to open the deck with the normal click on the deck, and then we give the Siegfried extra 10k because of his skill, and another 10k to this. Okay, we have a very strong field. He will not take a lot of damage, but we will see what he could do. So yeah, let's go 28 to the Vanguard with a hit effect, so he will guard this one, and then we'll go 41 to the Vanguard. He no guarded this one. It's interesting. So first critical trigger, crit to the Vanguard, so you could do crit like C, Vanguard, they could understand, and then second check, another crit, so crit Vanguard. So he died. He already left the game, as you can see right here, but you could just click GG. So this was a pretty easy, fast game for you guys to see how the deck works. Again, I didn't want to go too aggressive with this because I wanted to show you guys how the game work and not how the deck work. But when you click on this, so this right here, you click on that, then it tells you, do you want to save the replay or not? So you could just click yes if you want to. So you and then you could name it. So let's name it video re, and then you go back to this. So this is the guy or girl that we just played against, and then you could move around. You're right here, so you could just move up, and then you could go any way you want to. They want to rematch, but the video is already taking too long, so maybe next time. Alright, thanks guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video of me just showing you how to use Area. I hope that you guys understood what I wanted to explain. And if you have any questions or anything that you need help with on Cardfight Area or anything else, you can see that it skips, like it becomes bigger and smaller because I clicked on 2 to make it smaller. But normally when you do that, it only works for the window that you opened, and when you enter a new room or you enter, like say, the deck editor or anything, then it becomes big again. Then you have to click on 2 again to make it smaller, or click on 1 to make it bigger. It's really up to you to use it how you like to use it. And you could make any deck that you want because all the cards that are played right now is there, or even when a new cards come out, then you could see them as well. Sometimes it takes a while, but most of the time it's very fast updated, and you have to update yourself, like say download the update and then it's good. But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks guys for watching, until next time.